Writer's Workshop on Using Transitions. A good waiter turns an average meal into a fantastic experience. He magically fills your glass before you have to ask. Your plates are smoothly removed from the table just in time for new food to appear. He answers your questions, times everything perfectly, and controls your emotional satisfaction. When a great waiter or waitress is helping you, the meal flows efficiently and everyone is happier. Transitions are like those waiters. When you put a transition in the right spot at the right time, your essay's content makes more sense, increasing your chances that your reader will not only understand, but agree with you. Transitions are not just words to add randomly. They improve the clarity of the content. There are 3 types of transitions. Transition words, which are single words like therefore, moreover, and finally. Phrases, which are 2 or more words like in fact, in addition, and as a result. And transition sentences, which are entire sentences usually located at the ends of paragraphs that use keywords to connect a previous paragraph with the next one to come. Let's see an example. Think about how are the transitions here helping the essay. We're going to look at 2 body paragraphs taken from an argumentative essay about school uniforms. The topic sentences are bolded to help you find the main idea of each paragraph. The first reason why school uniforms are valuable is because they limit distractions among students. When some students wear popular, expensive brand logos on their shoes, jeans, or shirts, it can make poorer students feel jealous or just weaken their self-esteem when they feel left out. Furthermore, low self-esteems are correlated with lower grades in school, making this distraction unacceptable. In addition, students who wear tight, low-cut, or too short clothing distract students of both genders when they should all be focusing on more important things. Finally, some types of clothes can actually be symbols for gangs or cliques, which can make others feel left out or possibly unsafe. Requiring students to wear school uniforms reduces the risk that students will feel insecure or in danger. The equality and focused environment brought by uniforms is so important that they outweigh the negatives, such as limited personal expression. Some students and parents feel that uniforms restrict a student's ability to express themselves. It is true that a uniform restricts the colors, types of clothing, brands, and materials that a student can wear. However, clothing is just one way that students can express themselves, and as a result, it is completely untrue to argue that a student cannot show individuality or personality with a uniform. Many other qualities, such as speech, behavior, personality, and other choices can reveal who you are in a more meaningful way than outward appearance. Also, uniforms do allow students some freedom with hair, nails, makeup, jewelry, and other accessories, which gives students control of their image. Finally, it is important to remember that all dress codes restrict clothing in some way, and uniforms only do this to a larger extent. In conclusion, a uniform may limit a student's options, but those limits have more positives than negatives. Notice how this student used transitions to make their writing clearer and easier to follow. They used transition words like furthermore, however, also, and finally. They also used transition phrases such as in addition and in conclusion. They also included a transition sentence at the end of their first paragraph to help transition their readers from the topic of the first paragraph to the topic of their next paragraph. Let's read their transition sentence. The equality and focused environment brought by uniforms is so important that they outweigh the negatives, such as limited personal expression. This sentence helps connect the reader between the topic of the first paragraph, which was the equality and focused environment brought by uniforms, to the topic of the next paragraph to come, which is the negatives voiced by critics of school uniforms. So you're ready to start experimenting with transitions, but you're nervous about the transitional sentence. Here's some things to keep in mind when you are writing a good transitional sentence. Strong transitional sentences use keywords or synonyms from each paragraph. This helps make the connection easy to notice. They're also located either at the end of a paragraph or at the very beginning of the next paragraph. Strong transitional sentences accurately focus on the main ideas of each paragraph. Don't use keywords from random details. Stick to what is most important about each paragraph's content. They also show contrast, continuation, or emphasis. When you clarify how the two paragraphs are connected, it makes the order of the paragraph seem less random. Here are some words of caution as you prepare to use transition sentences and transitional phrases in your own writing. First, don't feel obligated to use them too often. Remember our waiter analogy. When waiters stop by the table a lot, it can actually be annoying. Also, make sure the transition you use is appropriate for that spot. If two sentences agree with each other, it would be a bad idea to put the word however between them. Now it's your turn to experiment with using transitions to enhance your writing. In a moment, you will complete the Transitions Revision assignment. For this assignment, you will copy 2 paragraphs from your Using Text Evidence essay into a new Google Doc. First, you will use a caret, that's this little arrow symbol, to insert transitional phrases where you can. Be sure to also write one transitional sentence between your paragraphs. This transitional sentence could come at the end of the first paragraph, like it did in our example, or at the very beginning of the next paragraph. When you think you're done, make sure you take a moment to check yourself. For each paragraph, ask, does my paragraph flow smoothly into the next one? And does it use at least 2 to 3 transitional words or phrases to show contrast, continuation, or emphasis? Now you're ready to complete the Transitions Revision assignment in the Writer's Workshop folder. Make sure to read the instructions carefully and use all of the resources provided to you.